Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode, late episode, I guess, of the 60 podcast. I'm your host, Walker.
It's okay. We're just gonna keep the elephants in the room. We know Georgia lost. It took us. We've been out of a clinical depression, so we're finally back.
Hold on. Well, okay. Well, that was like that makes up for 1 out of the 3 weeks we lost, but I was going to go into that. So week 1, I do admit we were too depressed to do an episode of the podcast, and we decided we were just going to skip this week. We didn't want to get too emotional on here,
which might have been a good thing for the views.
Yeah, it probably would have been, honestly. But I do think
the hot takes.
Yes, we were planning on doing the day after. So what, that game was on a Saturday or something? We were going to do the Sunday. I don't remember, but something like that. And we decided not to. And then the week after that, I was actually traveling for work, and I was literally gone Monday through Friday. So I was not in town. I guess I could have done it remote, but had sketchy internet at the hotel. And then last week, or this week, I guess, was Christmas and all that stuff. So also busy, but here we are, resuming our shenanigans. Oh, you can see my background. It's pretty sick. I'm gonna keep talking anyway, but here we are. Georgia loses, obviously. We're gonna talk about that game, and then we're gonna talk about this upcoming, what is it, Friday? Games on Friday, New Year's Eve.
Correct. Yes.
So I don't know, Jordan, kick us off. Where are we going?
Is there a point? Like, what's the point of anything? Just I'm not sure there's a meaning in life, because it's the same shit over and over again. Same thing over and over again. Everything that I was slightly worried about ends up exploding. Secondary. Thought, the weak is part of our defense, but they're still, pretty solid.
Torched.
Gets torched. Stetson Bennett. When we're down, is he going to be able to get us back in the game or something if we got to throw? No, not at all. Low line got destroyed. They've been a little sus the whole year. It's everything times 10. And I won't lie, I thought it was going to be close. And at least if it was close, I would have said, okay, like, if we're obviously one of the top 2 teams in the nation, we're on Bama's par. I mean, we can play with them. If we get a rematch, we can win. It's hard to beat a good team twice. No, we get absolutely destroyed. That's the thing. Defense gets torched. Offense, wasn't good enough. It was just the worst nightmare. Now I don't know. Now there's so many questions, because let's be honest, Alabama's the first, I would say, elite team or biggest game or big team that we played, because we can't count Clemson anymore, and we look terrible. So now I'm wondering, is it fair to wonder?
Yeah, I definitely agree. I mean, I was feeling the same way. Full transparency. I mean, I got an Airbnb in Indy. That's free cancellation, by the way.
Okay, I was about to say, what do you do?
Yeah. Airbnb in Indy, but I got it weeks ago before the SEC championship game, because I want to try to get one while the price was down. Because before people, I don't know. Anyway. But I just remember I felt so confident before that game. I really was like, this is our year. And it's the classic, the SEC shorts or whatever, the hope.
Yep.
And came back to bite me again. But that being said, that I don't want to say I was super surprised that we lost, even though I came here on the pod and I said, Georgia's going to win this game, whatever. Water under the bridge. But I was surprised by how easy Bama made it. It's almost like they made it look like they took, I don't know. It's almost like they took the strength of our team and they completely neutralized it, right? They were like, hey, your strength is your front 7, your linebackers, defensive line. They're like, we're just going to throw it 50 times. And I was kind of like, all right. I mean, was it that easy the whole time to just not let them get anywhere near the ball, all of our good players, and just throw it to our young secondary?
Thing. It was too easy. That's the most concerning thing.
Exactly. It's like it wasn't even a fight. It was from the very beginning. We were just getting sauced.
When we
So
were up 10-0, I felt pretty good. And then after that, Jamison Williams 70-yard touchdown, I was like, we were watching the game together, and I gave you a look like, oh boy.
yeah, I remember because I don't know.
We
That's our
finally throw
style of
Darnell.
offense.
We finally throw Darnell Washington a fade in the end zone, a little jump ball in the end zone. Only took 2 years. Only thing we did right. Brock Bowers was amazing, but let's be honest, he had one play that I think it would have tied it up, maybe,
Did
or
a drop or
I mean, it was a tough catch and everything. He had to go the other side and got
but he
hit.
made
But you're Brock
like
Bowers. You
two.
make those catches. That's how you become elite. You make big plays in the biggest game.
Yeah,
You got
he
it.
had like
I look at
I
that play.
remember
That could have been a total momentum.
he had a
Booster.
he had a catch in garbage time late that I was just like, what even was that? How?
It broke like 5 people. Oh, 5 people. It's crazy. But yeah, my concern was how easy it was. The offense, I mean, honestly, I didn't think Stetson played that bad until
the pick was bad.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, he didn't play that bad up until like we
Right.
had to like start throwing it. So I'm blaming the defense. Defense is culprit number 1. Culprit number 2 is Stetson.
Definitely.
Culprit number 2 is Stetson. 3 is Kirby. Why? Why do you suck? Like, it's just, I swear to God, he sees Saban across the sideline, he shits his pants.
I don't know either.
I saw Lewis Seen, good friend of the podcast, said that they switched everything up on defense, like before the Bama game. Like, why? Why would you do that?
That's exactly what you were talking about.
Whenever he sees Saban.
Kirby tried to go big brain. And like I said, I don't know. Sometimes the best answers are just the simplest ones. Like I said, Saban just took our team and said, they're whatever their biggest weakness is, their secondary. I'm just going to throw it at them every single play. Why run the ball when I know I can't? Even though they did run the ball pretty well, actually. But I feel like that was because they were.
But what about us? We couldn't run the ball. What was that?
I don't know, man.
But I'd say another concerning thing is, like, you would say this is our best team, and let's just say in a few years. Let's just say the past few years is the best. We say agree. In the past few years it might be Bama's worst team. At least that's what we thought before. Same score as last year, 41-24. We have digressed. We have gotten worse against them. We went from a play away to a minute away to winning at halftime to getting kind of blown out. Winning after the first quarter, I guess. Like, it's getting worse. That's a concerning thing too. We've said it multiple times. If not now, when?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I was talking about the hope factor. I really thought this was it. So I don't know. I want to say my whole earth is kind of shattered right now. But the only thing I'm holding on to right now is what you said about, I don't know, Lewis Seen kind of saying they switched everything up and they tried to make it, I don't know, something different. And I'm kind of like, what? We haven't seen Georgia play in a few weeks now, so I don't know what I'm going to get.
I needed that break.
And I feel like, I'm going to judge it on here on Friday. But then again, we're playing a completely different team. And I don't want to get quite into that one yet. But I don't know. The style of play, obviously, between a Bama and a Michigan are very different. So
I like to imagine a world. Like, I remember back in South Carolina when JT was slinging it. Maybe even that first quarter in Vandy when JT was slinging it. And I thought, this is nice, having an offense that can at least throw.
Remember the first time he started, what was that, against
Mississippi State?
And he came in and threw for 400 yards or something. I was like, we did it. We got one. We finally adapted to the new college football. And here we are doing the same old thing.
Still here.
I just can't believe it. I'm like, oh my God.
I just don't understand. Like, it's just the one position, and it's the most important position. And then affects other positions too. Like, what wide receiver wants to come here?
Exactly. What quarterback would want to come here if we're going to keep playing a guy like Stetson over more talented people?
Stetson starting over Arch Manning, confirmed.
Arch Manning would never come here.
No, he will, and we're all gonna get excited, and then it's just Stetson.
And then he's going to transfer
When
after 1 year because some new
Stetson's
walk-on
no,
is going to start
Stetson's
it.
still gonna be Stetson. Stetson's gonna find another way to get another year on top of that. He's gonna be there forever.
He does have another year, doesn't he?
He does have another year.
God. He won't go, and he won't go to the NFL either. So Stetson will be our starter next year.
Stetson, why would you leave? Worst case scenario, you're a backup at Georgia. I mean, why would he go anywhere else? I mean, I don't know. I just don't understand why we have to make everything so difficult.
I agree. It seems everything just should make sense, and it just doesn't.
I just don't understand. And it's one of those things where everybody else sees it too. Like the Justin Fields thing, like and Jake Fromm thing. By the way, congratulations, friend of the pod, Jake Fromm, on his first career start. Didn't go too well, but you got that's all that matters. You can be on whatever side. Oh, Jake was better that year.
At least there was some room for debate, though.
Yeah,
I feel like.
Yeah. Well, there's still some Stetson stands out there for whatever reason, but my thing with that was just like it was handled terribly. Like Justin never got a chance. I feel like it's the same thing for this. Like, what was really the reason? What did JT do to like not?
He got hurt. That was it. Just like Eason, I guess, but I don't know. Eason wasn't fantastic, but he got hurt and then never got a chance again. He's came in to clean up a couple fourth quarters.
But at least like Fromm was playing like well, like that Florida game to Stetson, like you just knew after that game, like you had in the back of your head, like he played awful, and that was Florida. That it just stressed me out.
Bro.
But we still got everything in front of us, but I'm not getting my hopes up. That's the theme of the pod today. Hope.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's
not
not everyone's mind, but yeah, it's just setting us up for more heartbreak.
I know.
This is setting up for a double heartbreak. This is set up for us to just once again lose to Bama on the national stage.
Think about this. No matter the result is going to suck. Let's just say we lose Saturday. What a terrible way to end the season. It's sour as hell. Start out 12-0, go 12-2, lose 2 straight. That'd be terrible. Proves we were overrated the whole year. We lose to Bama. I don't know what I'll do if we lose to Bama in the 2 of the last 3 weeks or whatever and lose to them again. That's gonna make me want to die.
We'll just become Bama fans, I feel like, at that point.
But possibly the worst scenario of them all. If we lose to Cincinnati, I'll die.
Yes.
I don't know what I'll do.
That would be the worst case.
That would be a situation where it's all set up right there. You don't have to play Bama in the national championship. You got Cincinnati, who you're obviously more talented than. And all due respect with Cincinnati, but let's be honest, if you're asking any Georgia fan out there who you rather play, Alabama or Cincinnati, everyone's picking Cincinnati.
I'd take Cincinnati out of all 3 if you count Michigan too.
Yeah,
I'd say I want Cincy.
Maybe they're really good, and I'll be scared of them if they beat Bama somehow. Like obviously they beat Bama, I'll be like, holy crap, we could very well lose. But just the whole looks of it all, like Georgia, Cincinnati, Georgia lose. The amount of Georgia slander on that, we would never win a national championship. It's all set up right there. Like that might be the worst one. If we're gonna lose, let it be this weekend. That's all I'm gonna say.
I kind of have to agree with you there.
Yeah. A question I want to ask you though is, so it's basically confirmed today that Stetson's QB1.
Yep.
So I want to ask you, how long or short is his leash?
How long or short is his leash? I feel like
get yanked out. Like, if they're ever going to be a point, do you think if we're down at halftime, Kirby makes a switch? Do you say if Stetson throws 3 picks or just totally stinks it up, JT's in, or is there just no point, Stetson staying in the whole time?
That's a good question, because
we could have put him in against Bama. But I understand the fact of we're still in it if we lose and everything, and I understand that. But when the season's actually on the line,
I hate saying it depends, but also I feel like JT hasn't had those game reps in a while, right? He's
Oh,
obviously
practice.
been
He just got
hurt.
back from COVID.
Well, that too. I mean, yeah. So he hasn't been practicing. I mean, he hasn't played in games. So I kind of feel like the leash is long, even though it shouldn't be. I kind of feel like he's gonna play basically the whole time, unless if we're down real bad. I don't know if it's like 28-0 or something. They'll throw someone else in, but I don't know. I feel like they're gonna ride Stetson till the end. That being said,
I'd say
though,
if it got to the point of like if it was like Alabama again, where he's starting to throw and he throws like 2 picks in the third quarter, and we need a spark or something. We're down by 2 scores or whatever. I could see him putting them in just to shut everybody up.
I would agree. But
But
that being
I
said,
mean, what other choice do you have? The season's
yeah,
on the line.
we don't know how this game's gonna go.
Nah.
But kind of since I think we've officially crossed over to the topics, I would like to, I don't know, elaborate more on it. But I definitely think I don't know. I have a feeling this one's gonna be a little bit of a slugfest. I think it'll be kind of low scoring.
What,
I think
Michigan?
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So with that being said, I feel like even if Stetson messes up a little bit, as long as the score is within
Yeah,
reach,
I
I
agree.
still think he's going to be in, and I think that's what it's going
Unless
to
he
end up
just
being.
even if it's close though, and he threw like 2 picks, maybe you still think.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. If the score is 10-3 and he scored, you know what I mean, and he threw 2 picks, I still think they're going to keep him in.
Sheesh.
I sure hope it's not that
So
way.
I want to say that they'll throw JT in, but like, what has shown me that they will?
Exactly. That's like,
It, it's logical. Logic it does not make any sense with UGA. Like I said that in the last pod. Like everything on paper says we should win, but logic doesn't exist. Everything says that if Stetson stinks it up, close or not, JT will be in. I don't know.
the craziest part is you want to believe, right, that your
Like, oh,
coach
you have to
and
do.
you want to believe that your coach and your leader can't be that stupid. You know what I mean? Like you want to believe that this person, obviously, like we don't see them at practice every day. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's like sometimes half of me, I'm just always on the fence. Half of me is like, just trust the coach. Like he's in this position for a reason.
And
He's
I think
gotten
that's
us
what the
this
Stetson
far.
fans are about. They're just like, I trust Kirby. Like obviously, like JT must.
Exactly. And then the other half is like, you gotta trust your eyes sometimes, because I feel like your eyes tell you one thing, and then I don't know, my heart almost wants
You
to be
talk
like,
about practice as
you
much
don't.
as you want. I care about the games. If you are a terrible practice player, but you ball in the games, I don't care. This
Stetson
isn't what
must be a
matters.
practice legend, by the way. He just has to be.
I don't know.
That's the only thing I can think of, is that he must just do he does everything right. And I think Kirby said that before. Is he just does everything right to the point where I think Kirby thinks he deserves the spot, not that he's like, you know what I mean? Like not that he's like talented enough, or like
He takes care of the ball better or something like that.
just I don't know. It's it's limiting us though, and we can't be we can't be limited in any way if we want to hold up those oranges, or better, hold up that championship trophy. I want that confetti flying.
All right. Well, I say let's now that that's over. That was a little more depressing than I was imagining.
Yeah, I'd like to get a little more optimistic now,
Okay.
if I may have the floor, unless you have something you want to talk about.
Oh, I was just gonna say let's do our picks and everything. But if you want to say
I wanted to talk more specifically about
I
this
was gonna
upcoming
I was
game.
gonna do that when we got there. Like we make the picks and then we
Oh, okay,
get to that and then we break it down and then we say our picks.
go for it.
Okay. I mean, a weird way to do it, but why not? Because I feel like we could ruin it if we, right? Okay. So first we got the Chick-fil-A Bowl. We got Pittsburgh. We got Michigan State. Michigan State -2.5. Kenneth Walker is opting out. Kenny Pickett opt out. So literally the two best players on the field. So who do you think it hurts more? Who do you get?
Oh, I mean, it definitely hurts Pitt more. A quarterback, like we always say, most important position. Obviously, he's the best player on the team. I feel like, I don't know. I do like Kenneth Walker a lot, not taking anything away from him, but yeah, not having your star senior quarterback is rough in that one, especially when running backs are kind of usually by committee a little bit as well, so they get their reps in there. But quarterbacks, like this other guy probably hasn't played. I have no clue who he is. So
Nah, zero clue.
that
Yeah,
being said, yeah, I would take Michigan State. I'd probably take Michigan State and the points in
I
this
probably
one.
would too.
Uh,
I probably would too.
this one might be bad.
Yeah, I agree. And Pickett's gonna be. He might be the number one pick, honestly. If a team gets desperate and trades up for the number one pick, if that I feel like that's usually what happens, to be honest.
Yeah, I think he could be the first QB off the board for sure.
So I
He
definitely
is
say
24. Did you know that?
he's what? He's 24. Yeah, he's like a redshirt
24.
senior. He's
I feel like
old,
that's a little old these days. By the
but
time he's done with his rookie contract, if he gets 5 years, he'll be 29.
yeah. I'm trying to think who I want to pick. I'm trying to think because Pittsburgh's got a pretty good little receiver too. I don't know his name. I think he won
I
the
don't even.
best wide receiver thing. I'm gonna go. I'll do the Fighting Mel Tuckers. I agree. Sparty and the points. Let's go. I'm gonna skip these two. We got the Fiesta Bowl. Two teams that barely missed it. Poor Oklahoma State, a yard away from getting potentially in the playoffs.
That was heartbreaking.
That was heartbreaking. Sucks. And then we got Notre Dame. Notre Dame -2.5 with Brian Kelly out and everything. So they got
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know. I don't really like either of those teams, to be honest. I think my gut's telling me Oklahoma State just because I think I have a Notre Dame biased in my head. So
I'm gonna say
I'm gonna go Oklahoma State.
I'm gonna say Notre Dame. I'm gonna say they're pissed about Brian Kelly. They want to go prove them wrong, and they're gonna go win or some shit.
Interesting.
That's my only reasoning. Both teams kind of suck. All right, so how about the Rose Bowl? Ohio State, Utah. Ohio State -4.5. The granddaddy of them all. The only New Year's Six bowl game that counts or matters.
Yeah. Yeah, that one's interesting to me because what was it? Utah coming off. Did they go back beat Oregon back to back in their last two games?
Essentially back to back, yeah.
Someone in the room.
Breaking news. The NFL has changed their COVID guidelines from 10 days to 5. So Carson Wentz and any player that tested positive yesterday or before, eligible Sunday.
Nice. Thanks, breaking
what we're
news.
talking about, but yeah, breaking news. I got the breaking news.
It is breaking news.
It changes your NFL stuff. Topics.
Spoiler, we're not doing those today.
Yeah, it's college. But anyways, Utah, Ohio State, yeah, they beat Oregon. They smacked.
What's the spread?
Ohio State -4.5.
Ooh. I think I like Ohio State and the points in that one too. Personally.
I'm going Utah.
Really?
I saw something that there's a lot of Utah fans going to the game. And not to mention, I don't think Ohio State's going to care about this game. Like, even though it's the one that matters, but like, I don't know. I just have a feeling Utah wants it more, kind of thing.
Okay. I could definitely see that.
It kind of defeats
Utah
my
always
logic of like the Rose Bowl's like the only one that like matters, and I don't really care about the other ones. But I just feel like Utah wants it more. And I thought Garrett Wilson declared for the draft, but I don't know if he opted out. So that stuff could do with it too.
That's interesting.
Oh, he did opt out. And Olave opted out.
Oh, geez.
Okay. Yeah, Utah dub.
I'm still going to go Ohio State.
All right. Our last New Year's 6 one. Ole Miss, Baylor, Sugar Bowl. Ole Miss -1.5.
1.5.
Yeah, that's essentially a pick.
I think that'll be a good game. But it's tough. I think I like Ole Miss in that one too.
I think Ole Miss is going to take care of business. They cover and they get the
I have a feeling this is going to be like a weird high scoring game, like the final score is going to be like 42-35 and it'll be a good game. I want to watch that one.
I think Ole Miss handles business. Maybe my SEC bias is coming in.
Do you have a lock of the week this week?
Funny you said that. Alabama, Cincinnati. Alabama minus 13.5. No. Jordan Stein, lock of the week is back. I forget. I said what I say last week or last time.
I was like last month.
I think I said Oregon minus 3 against Utah, and that didn't go well.
God.
So there's a little reverse psychology here. I got Alabama minus 13.5. I don't know how much Mechie's gonna matter. Losing Mechie's like a huge piece, so I'm interested to see how much that matters. Or Jamison Williams or one other of those Bama receivers who are pretty good. They're young, they just don't play.
They're a factory. It doesn't matter.
Will that matter? Cincinnati's got some good cornerbacks, I think, that are pretty good.
They have 2 good corners. One of them's probably first round pick, Sauce Gardner. The other guy's probably a second, third round pick.
But Jamison Williams is gonna be a top 10 pick. So it's one of those things, we'll see. I mean, that could be a huge situation. I'm just thinking Saban.
I heard something that said that what was it? I might have to be fact checked here, but I think I saw on like a PFF podcast that the Sauce Gardner guy hasn't given up more than 13 yards in a single game.
Like ever?
Or this season.
Oh, well, that's still pretty good.
That's crazy. And also, and they also said that I think Jamison Williams, like whatever average yards per catch is like, somewhere around 20 or something like that. So they were basically like his single catch would be more than yards than this guy gives up. So I don't know. That's going to be a nice matchup.
But I think that's going to be where the game comes down to. See if that other corner, the one that doesn't guard Mechie, does he shut down half the field?
Right.
Too. I don't know, and they have to force it to Williams. Who knows? Maybe.
But I'm just very interesting. Imagine Cincinnati wins. I mean,
yeah, I'm just thinking Saban. I'm just thinking Saban with a month to prepare, and Bama's like motivated because they're like nobody believed in us.
Yeah,
we didn't exactly say that. Like, shut up. And now everybody believes in you. Everyone's just like, well, you guys are gonna win, and they're still like thinking nobody believes. Shut up.
Especially with your road to the championship being.
I think Bama take care of the business, to be honest.
I do too.
Maybe since he can hang around for a little bit, but 13.
I suspect.
I look at that and I just feel like a Bama blowout.
My prediction is it'll be a pretty good game from Ritter. I think he'll like really nut up,
It's a big game for all these Cincinnati guys to prove.
I know, but I think Ritter's gonna nut up and do something crazy. He's gonna have like some weird like highlight play, like he's gonna run for like a 40-yard touchdown and truck over somebody.
If anything, if they don't cover, at least it's stressful or potential Bama loss. So,
true that.
Reverse psychology right there.
That's how it works.
So, all right. Michigan, Georgia. UGA right. 7.5. I'll be there. Pod's on the road. I'll be there.
When are you leaving tomorrow?
Tomorrow. We're going to Orlando. Any fans that are out there, I'll be at Disney World. Hollywood Studio.
Wait, you're going to Disney?
Oh, yeah. Going to Disney World. We're going to the Hollywood Studio on Thursday. We're going to Epcot on Sunday. So if any of the fans out there see me, recognize me, don't be afraid to ask for a picture or an autograph. I'll do
it. You're like, Mickey, please. The guy in the costume comes up to you.
Oh my God. You can talk.
Guy in the Iron Man suit or something walks up to you. Ooh, no, Kylo Ren at the what's it called?
Chop his arm.
Galaxy's Edge. You're like, please, no pictures.
But yeah, and then we're going to Fort Lauderdale for a night and going to the game and stuff. So
that sounds like a crazy week.
Yeah.
But we're here to talk football.
Yeah,
not
not
Disney.
my vacation plan. Disney's
Yeah,
for
not
Europe.
vacation plans. We're here to talk football. Here we go. Here's my agenda I'm going to push. Okay.
Okay.
Here's my agenda. I think Georgia and Michigan are very similar teams. I'm not looking past this week.
Yes.
I'm not looking forward to the next game. We got to win this one. Okay.
Even though you have a place in Indy.
Yeah, but we can cancel that. Here we go. Georgia and Michigan are very similar teams. I think both teams, good defense, right?
Say so.
Both teams, I would say, are probably built to run the ball and probably focus on running the ball, right?
Yeah, I'll say so.
Ball control, run the ball. 3, which kind of goes hand in hand with the other one. Neither teams have amazing quarterbacks. I will say, whatever. Cade McNamara is better than Stetson Bennett. But I still think he's not Bryce Young. You know what I mean? He's not going to put the game on his back, throw 50 times and get 400 yards, 4 touchdowns or something.
Yeah.
That being said, I feel like we're almost playing ourselves, kind of, in a weird way. We're almost playing ourselves right now. And I just feel like we stack up better against them. I think our defense is better than their defense. I think I would say our front 7 is better, although I do like their edge players better.
Yeah.
They got Hutchinson.
We got pretty good outside linebackers too.
That's what I'm saying. No, I think the only I was gonna say our interior I think is a little better, but I like their
yeah.
They have two edge guys.
Guy.
Hutchinson and what's the other guy's name? Like Ojabo, something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
They're both first round picks, I think. So those guys are good. And I also think the weakest part of both of our defenses are our secondaries, right? So I'm telling you, we are playing ourselves. Now, I do think they probably have a better O-line than us. Just Michigan always has a good O-line. I feel like, I don't know, their running backs are good too, but I kind of like ours. I think we have better skill players in general. Or our wide receivers, I think, are better than theirs.
Yeah.
Or I know our wide receivers are better than theirs. That being said, I like the way we match up. Like I said, we're playing another team where both teams, like I said, are going to focus on running the ball control. And that being said, I think as long as we can play our normal game,
don't turn over the ball.
Exactly. The team, just don't turn it over, chew clock, game, whatever. Get good field position, you know what I mean? Like get them to turn, not necessarily, throw an interception or something, but get them to punt, get the ball at the 50 and chip away. So I don't know. I like our chances, but maybe this is the hope talking again. So I don't know what I'm gonna see.
You think
but
Who covers? UGA -7.5. Like what are we thinking the score here?
I have no idea, to be honest.
You gotta do it. Gun to your head. Some man is willing to kill you and commit murder for your prediction of the Georgia Michigan game.
I'm gonna say, you ready for this?
Yes.
24-20, Georgia.
We're so smart. Yes.
Is that what you were gonna say?
That's what I was gonna say.
Really?
Yeah.
That was gun to my head. I really hadn't thought about it, but I was like, what do I imagine the score? And I'm like, somewhere around there.
Yeah, I think Michigan covers. I think Georgia's gonna win. I don't feel too confident about it because I'm going by what I've seen all year and what I thought pre-Bama. Thinking we're pretty damn good.
See, that's my thing.
Is it all live with my eyes deceiving me? Maybe not. And not to say Michigan isn't a good team either, because they've been playing. They beat Ohio State. They killed Iowa. So they're riding a lot of momentum. We're not. I'm just going with. I think we're more talented, and I agree.
I also want to talk about this though.
Yes.
And maybe it has to deal with curses or voodoo or whatever.
Both teams are cursed.
But hear me out. We're both playing each other right. Once again, I would have considered even before Michigan beat Ohio State. we're also similar. I forgot to add this point in the way that we have our in division, whatever you want to call it, monkey on our back. You know what I mean? That we cannot shake. For Georgia, it's Alabama. We can be, we can always be a top 5 team, and we're just gonna keep losing to them. We've lost like what 20 straight or something like that.
Yeah.
And then Michigan has lost. I believe they had lost even more than that in a row to Ohio State. It had been, I don't even think
Been like
since I had been watching football, Michigan had beat Ohio State.
I only
So
remember like once or twice, maybe.
that's what I'm saying. It's been a very long time. But that being said, the difference in our teams, I don't want to speak anything into existence, but the difference in our teams is that Michigan conquered that monkey this year, and we did not.
Yeah, the dream season. I don't know.
That's my thing.
I'm going with what I've seen all year. Maybe Bama's just on another level than everybody else. Maybe. I don't know. But I think these two teams are similar. Like you said, they both like the run. Both have like above average quarterbacks. Defense. They both ride on their defense and everything. But I'm gonna say we're good.
If Georgia comes
I feel
in,
like we got more talent and we're deeper. So I think that's
exactly. If Georgia comes in and they play just, if they don't play defeated, you know what I mean? Like if they play angry and if they play like we have something to prove after that loss, I think we got this.
Yeah, no.
I think if we come in and
what about us? Maybe we're pissed. Maybe we're like
exactly.
Everyone, all the
like, did you see us the rest of our other 12 games? You know what I mean?
Well,
because we killed everyone.
The Michigan players were like saying something like, "Oh, we feel disrespected. We feel like the underdog." What about us? Everybody's saying like, "Oh, you're never gonna win a national championship. Bama owns you." Yada 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 yada. Overrated. First good team they play, they get killed. They're not good. Blah blah blah. Best defense in the nation. Ha ha ha. Etc. Etc. How about we feel disrespected too? Like, I mean,
I agree. I was like, did you see? Like I said, everything we did prior to that game.
I mean, it's not like we were struggling with like good to bad teams. We're killing everybody. Like Arkansas is a good team. The Kentucky's a solid team. Like Auburn's okay, I guess. Like I mean, they gave Bama a fight. Like we've taken care of business. Like we've beaten who we've gotten to beat. It's not like it was Cincinnati earlier in the year who was struggling against those bad teams. But I mean, they've been blowing everybody out since then.
Right.
But it's not like it's that. Like maybe it was just a bad game. Maybe it was because Kirby's an idiot and changed up everything. I don't know. Maybe, but I just feel like
that's just another reason for me to hold on. Though
I've watched. I feel like I've watched some Michigan games and I've watched all UGA games. I feel we're better, but you never know. Turnovers could change everything. But I think 24-20. I think around that. I think UGA by 4. But
yeah,
we'll see.
What
might happen is UGA just stomps Michigan, and then I start to believe, and then we lose to Bama.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it'll be a stomp unless it's kind of like, who was it? I think it was Arkansas, where like we just came in and just like blitzed them for 24 points in like the first quarter, and then it was just over. Like before they could do anything. Like even though I thought Arkansas was good, we just didn't give them a chance.
At the end like in the second half of the year, it felt like honestly after that Arkansas game, we just started having slow starts after that.
Yeah.
Like, and that's going to be a huge thing too. So.
Yeah, I think that's also, I mean, Georgia's style of play, I feel like, is you have to get that lead right, and then you have to use defense and run the ball to just hold it.
I feel like this game will come down to which quarterback can make a few more plays and less mistakes. I think both teams, I mean, will probably have similar running stats because
we got to get our run game.
They'll get a few, and then be like, all right. I think it comes down to which quarterback's better. I mean, that's the era we live in. Someone tell Kirby, please.
See, that's the thing, though.
How to adjust, save and adjust.
I do think, I don't know, in this specific instance, in this game, I don't think it'll necessarily come down to exactly like which quarterback is better. Because I mean, I kind of feel like
which quarterback isn't worse.
I guess. I do think, I don't know. I think if we don't turn the ball over and we can, I think if we can run the ball effectively,
Red zone's gonna be huge too. Who can get in the end zone?
yeah,
Who can
and
hold-
no field goals. I
I
need
feel like it's
touchdowns.
gonna be it's gonna be that kind of game where like every play is a big play kind of thing.
Right.
You ooh, not getting a field goal instead of a touchdown. That might bite us in the butt or something like that.
That being said, I'm excited.
Or
I'm excited
oh,
for it.
we just threw a pick. That we can't be giving them cheap points. Yada yada yada. Like it's gonna be stuff like that.
Yeah. I'm excited for it. Hopefully someone can block next 7.
So right now, I'm just immune to it. Honestly, talking to it now is kind of the first time I've really thought about the game since
Yeah.
the matchup came out and everything.
And I think you were kind of talking about, kind of worst case scenarios. And honestly, I'll admit there's a very weird part of me that would almost feel relieved to lose this game. I just have to get that out there. Just so we don't have to die to Bama.
Yeah, exactly. If we're gonna lose, just let it be against Michigan.
Exactly. But then again, if we lose, I'll sit there thinking, what if?
I'll sit there thinking we weren't national championship worthy. To be honest. I mean, I guess it's possible if Michigan were to beat like Bama or something like that, maybe. But
right.
Still.
What about the extremely weird parallel universe situation where the championship ends up being Michigan and Cincinnati?
That'd be crazy.
I'm just saying, it'd be weird because neither of them has Cincinnati ever won a championship. Probably not.
And anything?
No, and just football. And I know Michigan's probably been a gazillion years since that happened.
Well, even all the teams other than Bama have been a minute. So that just means Bama's just gonna win it this year. Yeah, there was like something like Cincinnati never, Georgia 1980, Michigan 1990, 80 or whenever it was.
Bama literally every year.
And then Bama last year. So it's just gonna mean Bama's gonna win. Speaking of that, just in case like the matchups change. I mean, both of us have Alabama, Georgia, I guess, and natty. You're picking Bama, I assume.
I could never.
I have no reason not to pick them, so.
Bama. You're probably right.
Like, well, what evidence on Georgia do I have on my side? Like, to say that.
I'm telling you, literally the only thing that's even keeping me alive right now is the comment about how we apparently switched everything up just for the Bama game. That's the only thing.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it would make sense. We didn't blitz that much.
That's the only thing.
I don't think we sacked Bryce Young once.
I don't think we did either. I think I was.
Yeah,
I think I texted you that during the game.
We're rewinding all the way from the beginning. But how big was it that Bryce Young fumbled right before half that they recovered? That we could have got. Like I think Nolan or somebody tried to scoop it up instead of falling. Yeah. How big of a play was that?
I mean,
we got that. Maybe we go down and get a field goal, or at least it's going to be tied going into the half.
It's, I mean, water under the bridge. Like I said, the difference was obviously like what you were talking about, that 70-yard touchdown. The difference was that with our team, we took like a 5-minute drive to dink and dunk our way down the field. You know what I mean? We really struggled for those 7 points. It was hard. And then they just took the top off and chucked it and said, that's our touchdown. And it's worth the same as that.
Right when he got the 14-10, I'm like, oh God, we're losing.
Yeah. Because I was like, we can't.
It's just too high powered. That feeling, you're just like, oh God. So
it was just.
I felt like
that's the difference, though. That's the difference, and that's why you can't play Stetson. That literally right there is why, because he can't do that. So I don't know, but we're stuck with Stetson. So I mean, it's not a question of who. It's
here's this too. Can you imagine Saban ever doing something like that? Like this?
Doing something like what?
Like if Georgia with Bama, all the players are the same, yada yada. Stetson over JT. We know what we know now. Like basically, I guess Saban's at Georgia. I don't know. Either way, he has his team. You see him starting Stetson over JT?
Never.
Yeah, exactly. So
he wouldn't have even given him a shot. Stetson would have been literally 5th string. You know what I mean? Like he would have never taken a rep. He just would have been Stetson. So they would have been like, all right, you're the walk-on kid. You're going to go get water for JT.
And we get him next year.
Or someone, or Brock, or I don't know.
I don't know anymore, but all
I
right.
don't
I'd say we'll end it at this painfulness. This was kind of a depressing, very depressing.
Yeah,
episode.
that should be in the title. If you made it this far, comment "I'm depressed."
Yes. Also, I want to say that we have a sponsor for this video, Twisted Tea. Keep it twisted.
Wasn't the video of that dude like clocking him with the twisted tea? Was that a twisted tea?
I've never seen that video.
You don't know what I'm talking about? Look up like guy gets slapped with twisted tea real quick.
Yeah, I get slapped with Twisted Tea. And we get the live reaction. What? No.
Yeah, it's called
Oh,
Twisted Tea. Twisted Tea Smack.
Twisted Tea Smack.
I feel like this video alone sold more Twisted Tea than any commercial.
Is it this thing?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see.
Now don't play it on the screen or we'll get copyrighted.
Oh, okay. Shit. Okay, I'll check.
No,
that.
I mean like no, you watch it, just don't show it
Ah.
on camera.
Okay. It said
Dude, watch this guy get clocked by the
YouTube said
twisted
that it's
tea.
inappropriate, so I don't know if I can watch, or it can be offensive. Whoa.
Okay, fine. I'm just gonna show it and risk
I'm looking. I'm watching it now.
Dude, he gets popped by that twisted tea.
Oh, yeah, classic. This is not going well. Oh my god. Oh god. Oh my god. That's not. Oh, he's asking for it. Oh, he dropped it. Oh! That's it. Right, Pete? Nobody gives a fuck.
You don't need to watch the whole video. You just needed to see the smack.
I might watch the whole video. It's crazy.
That being said, I think that was a great video. Twisted Tea.
You think that was scripted? I think it might have been.
Ooh, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, a little publicity.
Wait, we can't say that. There are sponsors now.
Give us more money and maybe we'll delete this off. This will answer your question if we're really sponsored by Twisted Tea. If the pod listeners are out there listening. By the way, we need 10 subscribers. Someone subscribe.
Do we still only have 9?
I think we got 9.
Guys, if you haven't, we're planning something crazy for the 10 subscriber special. We're trying to do a 10 subscriber special, guys.
I know you don't.
So if you're watching this video and if you made it this far and you're watching this video and you are not subbed, what are you even doing?
Find your friends and give them the sub. We literally need one person. Just one. You don't ask for much.
We'll get them.
That's the way to end it.
Oh,
That's the way to end it.
Hopefully we have some good news after Friday.
Yeah,
we're gonna start off the new year with a dub, hopefully. But honestly, like I said, a win is almost kind of like going up one rung of the ladder, only to have a chainsaw on the next rung.
Yeah.
So it's like
I don't know. Okay, I don't even want to think about it right now. All right.
I was gonna say 1 week at a time.
Yeah.
1 game at a time. Let's go eat some oranges.
Jordan. There's Walker. Subscribe. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, all that kind of stuff. Peace.
Good episode.
Peace.
Sit still in the recording.